Yes, that's right. We are back. We are back after a little bit of a break here. Of course, finishing up DreamHack Summer 2015. What a great event it was. But have been off now for, well, even close to 3 weeks here. But boy, is it good to be back. We got some Heroes of New Earth once again going to be coming at you. Another season of events is beginning here. This one specifically called the Onslaught number 2. The Onslaught number 2 going to be taking place over these next couple of weeks here. $5,000 on the line. 8 quality teams going at it here to find out who gets their share of the prize pool. With that said, excited to be here, of course. And also, with that said, today I'm going to be joined by co-caster Snooey. Going to be here. Snooey, how's it going?
Yes, hi Breaky. It's going good as always. It's really hot over here.
Yeah.
That's the one complaint that I have, but other than that, I'm doing good.
It's been getting warmer over here as well. With summer obviously upon us, it's definitely we're feeling the heat, but we're inside. We're gamers, so hopefully you got some AC over there. As I know I
I've
do.
got a
So.
fan at least.
Okay, make do with that for now, I guess. But no, but honestly, again, it's good to hear your voice again. It's been a while since we even talked here. It's been a little bit of a break. But how have you been holding up?
I've been holding up really well. Actually at the west coast of Sweden right now, just spending my days on the beach. No, mostly I've been working, but I'm at the west coast at least, so I'm close to the beach, so I can head there after work every day. So I'm doing good.
That's nice. Well, I'm sure people are very interested in us and how we're going and everything, but they're also pretty interested in, the match that we got going on here. So, again, we're back here. This is the Onslaught number 2, so we'll explain it throughout the day here today, the event. You go to HauntTour.com, guys, as usual. It's the big banner at the top. You can click on that. You get all the information, the schedule, the brackets, how it works. What we're doing here, these are the group stages. It's actually an 8-team group stages. Every single team will play each other once. Quickly showed it to you guys, the website for those that aren't on it. We got 8 teams. This is the full schedule below. As you can see, a lot of matches to be played over this week. This week will be the group stages. Next week will be the top 4 bracket stages, and eventually competing for that $5,000 prize pool once again. So the matchup we have here is Shrek is Love versus Sync Esports, and what an interesting one to kick it all off with here as we're coming back, because Sync Esports, of course, this is a team yet again, another disappointing finish at another LAN event, finishing 3rd place, getting knocked out by both Reason and the eventual champions, MRR, of course. Then recently, of course, if you haven't heard by now, most importantly, Mickey is no longer part of the team. He's actually moved on to other ventures, we'll say. So he's moving on. Right now, Zibbe in his place. I'm pretty sure this is just a ringer situation, though, maybe even a tryout. Nothing is permanent, though, to make a point of that right off. I don't know if you know anything further yourself, but I believe that's the case.
Yeah, I don't think anything is confirmed. I think that Sync wants to take it easy and just see how it works out first. I mean, play a couple of tournament games maybe, but I know that Seba and Insania has always been very, very close to one another, and they were playing together back in the team Defy Rises or something like that during like season 2, season 3. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Seba actually fills the role of Meka in the end, because he is one of those like world tier players actually, or like on the top of the scene.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he's very dominant in 1 versus 1 situation as well, so he would fill the mid role very well. He's been playing carry, he's been playing suicide. He differs a little bit from Mika in terms of like he likes to pick up a little bit more of an odd or unexpected items, and he likes to roam around the map, hide in the trees, wait for gank opportunities and all that, while Mika has a little bit more of a straightforward play style where he goes with the team and pushes and all that kind of stuff. So it's probably going to take quite some time for them to actually get accustomed to a new player, but in the end I don't think it's like necessarily going to hurt them by any means.
Yeah, and if that new player is going to be that new mid role, or will they switch things around? That's the question too. Will Keizu play more of a mid role himself, or will they kind of leave it as is and then bring this new player in, and whoever it is be that new mid player in the end? That's always interesting to see as well, if we have transitions from positions, or with the new season and everything amongst us coming up, that we have seen that several times before. So it definitely wouldn't be out of the question. But man, we're almost finished with this draft right here, so let's start talking
It's
about the
going
actual
way too
draft.
fast,
Yeah,
yeah.
you also know Shortcan over there, of course, one of the catchers at DreamHack, alongside yourself. He's actually playing here for Shrek. I believe he, again, quote unquote, is a ringer here today for them, and seeing how it goes. But anyways, let's talk about the lineups. Sync Esports, they finished with Revenant, Blitz, Midas, Tremble, and Dr. Repulsor. That's a little funky there with that lineup. What do you make of it?
I actually like I mean I haven't been around too much during the last weeks, but I mean when I got online here earlier today, I just checked the recent scrims and stuff, and I've seen a lot of Revenant actually being played by Kisu, and I think that is in like the support role. So
Hmm.
probably been practicing this for quite some time now. Still haven't seen it in practice, and like looking at your lineup, I mean, usually Revenant you want to line it up for example, like a Prisoner or a Devourer, something that you can take full advantage of the early invis. But in this game, they don't have too much of initiation, so I'm not entirely sure how they're going to play this one out.
Yeah. Also a little funky. We'd have a pause here to kick it off, but look at Insania. I don't know if you caught it on your screen, but he's actually
Yeah,
teleporting somewhere with the homecoming zone. He's going top, it looks like. That's not a usual thing. He wants to get down that ward ASAP, but really? Using a homecoming stone?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've seen Engineer do it at times with the Spider Mines, but that's more understandable.
Yeah.
I've seen who was it? I think it was TPS Priceless when he was playing back for Recent Gaming. He used to do this at times as well. When he ported actually to the safe lane instead, then he put up a ward, and then the entire team ran down to defend their forest and tried to get a first blood in that way. Because of course that vision that is provided by the Water of Sight is like very, very good in the early
Hmm.
game, but here porting to the offensive lane, I'm not sure what to take out of that.
Yeah. That's definitely that's a good gold investment into getting that war down ASAP. So we'll see how much it pays off in the end, and if Shrek is able to even realize it and counter it early on. Of course, that's the case, and that really makes it not worth it ultimately. But let's talk about the other side's lineup, though. Of course, Shrek is love over here. We got what we're looking at. Glacius being played by Cluckmuck, Tassi on the Kraken, Imba Pingu on the Accursed. Now actually playing the very popular hero as of late, Clanks, of course. It's safe to say the DreamHack hero, Clanks. And then we got Shorkon on the Behemoth. But, yeah, they get the Clanks. But Accursed, I mean, that's definitely a little different here, being ran by Imba Pingu.
Yeah, not entirely sure how they are planning on laning this either. I guess it's the curse in the suicide, and then they have some kind of like a tri-lane safe lane with the Behemoth Glacius and Clanks just have Behemoth pulling into the forest. But maybe that was the whole purpose of this port up here to the top lane by Insania. He wants to prevent that Behemoth from pulling into the forest.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how that turns out to be. But, yeah, look at Blitz already up here. I mean, he's going to be.
Yeah, look at Flensmeister as well.
Where is
He's
he?
got Marchers. He has
Oh,
sold them now, but
yeah.
yeah, okay, he just wants to place a Terror Mound.
Yeah. Get up here, puts the Terror Mount, eventually go bottom. Of course, that seems to be the Tremble strat. But also seeing Flensmeister on Tremble in itself. I mean, this is all kind of funky all over the place. Really, isn't it? I mean, slapped on Doc. This is what I was talking about, though. Are we going to see maybe some role changes to an extent here with Sync Esports? Or not? Is this going to be a jungle doctor, do you think? Is that a possibility here?
It is. It works. It's like usually it's not too effective because it's so easily countered. But I guess the Hellborn team doesn't really have too many offensive heroes. Kraken and a Curse are not going to be able to do too much on their own. So yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. Pretty sure it is. Yep, bottle first. I'm pretty sure that signifies the absolute that we are going to be seeing, sure enough, a Jungle Doctor Pulsar. I have seen it. I've played with it in TMM games and stuff. I know it's somewhat popular in the TMM scene, but as far as an actual competitive match, I don't think we've ever. Well, maybe we've seen it once or twice. I don't want to say we've never seen it, but it is obviously a very, very rare thing, and. Yeah, I don't know. I know that. Well, what is your take? Do you think there is? Is it actually something that makes? Look at that right there! Wow. Quincy pointing out it happens to be 1-7 in competitive matches, so it actually has been used a little bit, but not with the most win percentage.
Uh,
So
no, it was Solar Club running it. I know that I think it was Yistman that was a fan of running the Forest Doctor Pulsar, but once again, I mean, just so easy to counter. So not too successful in the competitive scene, and I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of picking up Doctor in the Forest here is. I don't necessarily see like it's going to be a good or valuable pickup throughout the mid game or to the late game even. Like it's good versus the Clanks, I guess, if you can just jump onto him with a Health Flower or something like that. But I mean, then the Recurse is already there to counter the Health Flower straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, Tremble 1 versus 1 down here versus Accursed. I'm not entirely sure who wins that matchup. I guess Tremble should have the upper hand, seeing as he got a Logger's Hatchet. When it comes to last hitting at least. But I mean, look at the top lane. I mean, we're looking at the Blitz Revenant going dual offensive versus a Behemoth, a Clanks, and a Glacius.
Yeah, defensive tri-lane being ran here. No, I don't think Blitz and Revan are going to do too well. That's really what
exactly.
The pointing out is, yeah.
And I mean, when you want to do these kind of dual offensive lineups, which I'm personally is a big fan of, I like to bring the pressure on early on into the game. But then you need to make sure that your solo laners are actually like winning quite dominantly.
Mm-hmm.
And Tremble versus Accursed, not entirely sure. Midas versus the Kraken in the mid. I guess the Sibba should have a good time there, but it's still nothing like that really speaks to me. And Dr. Repulsor in the forest, we'll see how well Slap does. I mean, it is slapped after all, so I'm quite sure that we can expect some kind of high GPM coming out from him at least.
Yeah, you would figure that that definitely expecting him to know what he's doing with it. Now, I want to stress this point too. This is the group stages, like I said. There's actually a lot of matches to be played, man. Every single team is playing 14 games throughout this week because it's a best of 2 series for every single team, every single matchup. So you're playing a lot of games over this week here, in what's ultimately 4 days of playing. So. Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be coming for all these teams here in this group stage because every team plays each other once in that best of 2. So this is just kicking it off. So as far as individually each game, it may not be that impactful compared to the broad spectrum, but obviously you want to win more than lose, of course. But keeping that in mind to kick it off here, I'm sure there's a little bit of kind of having fun trying things out. But Bliss at the top lane, by the way, he's in trouble right here. Is going to be fine. But you see off the bat, they're gonna look to play aggressive here as they should with this.
Yeah, unfortunately they didn't have the bang ability on Clanks. They would have been a first blood otherwise. They went for the Hawk to try to scout out the Midas. I think they expected Sibba to be suicide. But look at this, they got a Fissure up once again.
Yeah. You also see the trees cleared out. I'm pretty sure that was because of the Hawk as well. So those trees no longer there, and Revenant and Blitz need to be careful. Behemoth, I thought that was the angle they were looking for, but decide not to go for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they are not countering the pull camp, by the way. They got 2 Red Wards, one on Behemoth and one on the Glacius.
Oh my god, this could backfire. Actually, Blitz in trouble. He wants the bloodlust kill. Will he get it? No, he won't. Down goes Blitz. Glacius going to be fine. He saw Behemoth right there, I believe, using a health potion at the last second to help stay alive and ultimately survive. So greediness from Insania does not work out.
Nope, it does not. Well played by Shorkan as well, activating that health pot just in the nick of time, helping them secure the first pot onto Insania instead. But yeah, they got 2 Ward of Revelations, and this Ward of Sight here by Insania, it's out in the open, so they don't need a Flying Courier by any means to counter it. So I'm surprised that they haven't already.
Yeah, again, going back to the format here, and I know that, kind of jump into the game here, a lot to talk about with this event and everything, but with it being best of 2, as usual as well, there is the advantage for winning 2 games to nothing. You do get the bonus points, so you get 1 point if you split it 1-1, each team gets 1 point, but if you happen to win 2-0, then you actually get a bonus point, so 3 points in total is what you get, and of course that adds up moving forward. So to kind of clarify that, I see people talking about that and how that works. But yeah, Clanks, is it safe to say he was the DreamHack hero? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's safe to say, right? This hero.
It is safe to say. He was played in every single... Wait, when was it? It was the loser bracket finals and the grand finals. Was played in every single game. He was either blind banned in the first 2 or picked in every single game in the last game or in the last couple of series there. So yeah, I think it's safe to say. And I don't know what his win percentage ended up being, but it was ridiculously high. Yeah,
especially in the hands of Imba Boy. That was pretty crazy to see, and stressing that throughout the event. But yeah, it was really... I mean, I don't think it was a huge surprise to see that necessarily, because we obviously saw plenty of him even before DreamHack, but maybe just how truly impactful he was in that final day was maybe a little bit. But Yeah, he's being seen here once again. Well, we'll see. We'll see what kind of touch-ups happen moving forward, to say the least. You know, I think it's safe to say maybe getting toned down a little bit in certain ways, but ultimately, yeah, very, very strong hero though. Again, top lane Revenant, he's going to be fine though. That finished on the wrong side, and will survive. So, I mean, I will say they've only died once here at this top lane. It seems like they're constantly being gone on. And they'll only have one death, and you know, Clanks is only 300 gold per minute. It's not like he's taking off necessarily. So is this top lane almost being won by the Legion team in essence?
I don't know. I think it's quite even at this point, but I mean, you look at Kiz's gold per minute, by the way. I mean, it's really low, and now they're gonna get another kill. So yeah, just as we were about to say that, I think it's safe to say the Hellborn team actually got the upper hand. I mean, I just don't see what they're like after the laning phase. I mean, what are they going to benefit from having a Blitz and a Revenant with some farm, some levels? Like, it was quite obvious that they weren't going to dominate this lane, 2 versus 3. So I just don't see why you would pick like that kind of like dual roam lineup and put it in a static lane like this.
Yeah, it's safe to say you expected to maybe start moving around. So I mean, Revenant and Blitz are both of those very roam-heavy heroes, as you're getting at right there. And so, you know, still see them up here at the top lane. I mean, not too surprising. Get both level 3 only, so it's not like they can be crazy just yet as far as moving around. But at the same time, you know, are they accomplishing the most at this point at this top lane? Now 2 deaths. You see Casey's going to pick up a little bit of farm here as the creep wave got pushed up, but getting pushed back now. And you also see the pole camp now being able to be worked with by Shrek. Middle lane, no. Tassi's going to be fine.
Taz is, by the way, winning this mid lane.
Is
or
he?
Just want to say that Sebe is actually getting ahead in gold per minute, but he was
very
5 seconds ago.
Yeah,
very close.
Yeah, it is very close right there with the creep farm as we see. So, yeah, I mean, Zibby on the Midas. In fact, he has the invis route now. Uh-oh. Kraken needs to be careful about that. You do see Blitz roaming over, but Kraken being very careful. Looks like he's going to survive as a result of that. I assume the bottom lane, Tremble's doing very well. 34-11, a curse 15-4. Yeah, so Tremble having a great time bottom lane. With that said,
it looks like Kraken is looking for a kill opportunity onto Slapped. I like the decision by him, but look at that Slap this year. They're just missing each other. Kraken is unfortunately taking the wrong route, and he's not going to get killed. But yeah, but the difference between these two teams right now, it's Dr. Repulsor for a Behemoth, more or less. And obviously Dr. Repulsor is going to be a lot scarier than the Behemoth, at least if they're on the same goal per minute. Or, oh wait, Glacius trapped.
Oh yeah, he got caught up here. Cluckmuck collapsed between Midas and Blitz, it looked like. So Blitz roaming around a little bit now as we're talking about that, and sure enough, does end up finding the first kill for Sync Esports right here. Coming out,
yeah,
so.
Small success at least for their side. Yeah, but Dr. Repulsor is going to have much more of an impact than Behemoth here early on into this game. So somehow Shorkan needs to find a farm. I'm not sure if he should pull the camp. Maybe that's what he's looking to do here next up at the top lane. But at the same time, I mean, you do not want to take farm away from the Clanks because he wants to Thunder Claw as soon as possible, and then he wants to start going over to the action.
Well, you look at Dr. Repulsor right here. So kind of interesting with the build in itself, going the Striders even, but he actually pushed to the top lane with the Veiled Rot. They're looking to set up a gank, but from the positioning right now, they're not going to find much unless Clanks decides to go back in the lane here sooner than later, and that could very likely happen. You see him at the tower. They do know that obviously top lane missing somewhat for right now, so seems like he's playing it a little bit safe, but Doctor does have that ultimate. He goes in with a ludicrous speed. The follow-up's done, and look at the quick damage for the kill right there. Even Boris coming in. They're going to try to go for Behemoth, actually. That Fissure Stun is causing a little bit of issues, but will it be enough issues? No, it won't. Behemoth. No, the fire shot at the last second. What a cauterize from a curse coming out, but it's still not going to be enough when it's all said and done. However, will it be enough for a counter kill? I don't think so. Imba Pingu needs to be careful himself. He does have that ultimate of the flame consumption. So yeah, he is going to be fine.
Might be in trouble.
Glacius, oh, not so fine. There's the stun from Blitz. Look at the damage from that man. At level 5 even. The speed difference making the impact, but the heals coming out from a curse. Keep him alive, and now here comes Clanks resurrecting. He's looking for some revenge, but the invis, I'm sure going to stall that at least a little bit. Dust comes out, though. It did not hit Revenant, but Blitz, can he speed away? It looks like he can, using the Quicken. And I think he should be able to get away right here. Well, I got a little bit blocked by Doctor, but Doctor will kind of throw out some auto attacks and eventually stall in. Oh my god, he's taking a lot of damage. Wow. Is he actually going to die? Holy crap. That was close, but no. Finally is over.
Oh, look at Sivir, by the way. He's behind the tower in the mid,
Yes,
looking
he
for a
is.
curse. But
He's trying to get the snipe. No flame consumption. Just in case, so. Big chase up there. I mean, ultimately, Sync does come out on top, 2-0 in hero kill, so that obviously works out very well for them.
they do. As long as they get clanks and prevent Behemoth from reaching the portal key timing, there's nothing that the Hellborn team is going to be able to do. Like, they just don't have any initiation, as we saw right there. And actually, Glacius passed up on the Thunder Blast as well, so they can't really get to them. Like, it's only the Fisher that has the potential to catch anyone from the Legion team right now.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm starting to see a little bit more what Sync was thinking about when they were picking up this Dr. Pulsar and the Blitz and all the movement speed.
I don't like that choice from Cluckmuck. I mean, that makes no sense to me, especially when there's clearly a lot of action. I mean, well, what is that half-second longer stun doing for you compared to having an extra 80 magic damage as well as a nice slow for 3 seconds? So, yeah, I think the 1-1-1 build made a lot more sense here. He's going to go for the freeze, but again, out of range.
They would have had him. That would have been a kill if he had a Thunder Blast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little bit unfortunate.
And now they're in trouble, actually. Dr. Repulsor flying in, gets the 1 kill. That Mortification helping to do work as well. Gets the 2 slap with a double tap. A Curse running in. It's just Behemoth, though. Nice turn, however. Cauterize used defensively right there to take out Blitz. But Boris is here, and Boris will slay down Behemoth. So another exchange at the end, and now a 6-3 hero kill lead in favor of Sync Esports. So what was a tri-lane with the idea, the intention of being won here by the Hellborn side. You know, initially was doing pretty solid, but not so much anymore. Clanks is only 260 gold per minute, man.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like it's actually the support's fault in this case, simply because they are not able to secure the map control. They got 1 ward of sight up here at the lane, but I mean, over at the rune spot, I mean, Tremble, Boris, he's just passing through there every single time and just setting up kills all the time. So Cluckmuck, I mean, if he can't afford the wards, he needs someone else, or he needs to tell someone else to actually buy them for him, because they need to have vision so that the leading team cannot break onto their side.
Yeah. Clanks is in the jungle, you know, doing what he can, and no Thunderclaw even close coming up just yet, it looks like. In fact, Boris on top of him with Midas as well, but, oh, there's the net. Here comes the combo with the Transmute. A couple more auto attacks, and Clanks, I believe, yes, will end up falling right there. God, just look at how aggressive Zim is getting. But, well, because he can. The movement's real here from Sync Esports, and it doesn't seem like Shrek can do much about it right now with the state that they're in.
They need to make a choice. I mean, oh my god, Kraken jumped in the mid.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get the charge off. I think he should be fine. Maybe? Stun from Blitz? No, there's a stun, but release the Kraken coming out. Portsar coming in as well. Tassi trying to do all he can to live right here. Not going to happen. Kurtz got there just a second too late. And not much more he can do now as the top lane, Behemoth Fissure Stone, but I'm sure Revenant's going to be fine. As, yeah, he just throws out the invis anyway, so. The momentum continues. Now, what is it? 6,000 gold lead and a 6,600 experience lead here for Sync Esports, and it could be more. God, just look at that Revenant alone, how much damage he's able to do. And the assist for the kill from Blitz. Using that ulti with the lightning shackles of his. Behemoth's going to be picked off. Blitz now trying to run away, though. Boris is here, but cauterized to finish him off. And however, a curse got caught, could not use the flame consumption in time. He ends up falling. It is just a back-and-forth battle, but more so a fourth in favor of Sync Esports as far as coming out on top of the kills here.
That it is. Hellborn team, they need to make sure what their win condition is right now. The only win condition that they have in their lineup is that if Clanks gets fat, then they're going to win the game. Like, there's nothing else. I mean, having a portal key on Behemoth is big, and same goes with Kraken, but it's not going to win them the game. They need to secure Clanks some farm, and so far they are not doing so. They're splitting up, and they're still sticking to the suicide lane and the mid lane. Instead, it should just be 5 people in their forests trying to scout out these gank attempts coming out from Sync.
Top lane, speaking of gank attempts, we got another one coming up here, Doctor and Revenant. Revenant's obviously a fantastic hero for this purpose. It seems like Revenant was gaining a little bit of steam, but then Veiled Rock came out, and that kind of, you know, he died off somewhat, and even Valkyrie becoming a little more of a popular too with Valkyrie Prison, but being seen here, and we see why he definitely had the potential. Doctor tried to go for a kill, as we saw, but ended up being a little bit more there than expected, so he actually falls back from it. By all means, it's going to be fine. It's a matter of, will he kind of bait something out here is the question, but doesn't look like that's going to necessarily happen. Kurt's going to play it a little too defensively, but again, you look at Clank's 1,500 gold save. He's still trying to fish maybe even a Thunderclaw, but that's not going to come just yet because, well, another death going to be taking place. That
Oh,
is now
Behemoth
his
Shockwave,
4th
though.
death of the game. Another lightning shot goes coming out right there. The Behemoth Shockwave does go off, gets the kill on a blitz. I mean, they're killing Insania. He has 4 deaths, but everyone else, not so much. Casey with 1, and then everyone else 0 deaths here right now for
Look at his
Sync
Boris.
Esports.
He's doing so much work while Flamesmeister is farming at the bot lane.
Yeah, he's keeping it active there with the rest of the 2. That's right, though. Stribble hasn't even been really involved himself. It's just been Boris doing all that work.
Yeah, Boris is the MVP so far.
Yeah.
He's been doing everything, and he's just so hard to scout as well. Or with those wards, he's just constantly running around in enemy force. And look at Slab, by the way, might have overstayed his welcome a little bit up here at the top lane.
He does have Ring of Sorcery, and actually, it's going to be
No!
fine. For
Okay,
now.
he's gonna be able to board
Yeah.
out. I thought he used all the last mana for his
Yeah,
contrapation spell there, but he had enough. He made a math.
he did the math, and he ports back just fine. So, Sync, everything continues to pretty much go their way right here. You do see up here at the top side, another Revenant gang coming out, using that Assassin Shroud of theirs. Not Assassin Shroud, what an Assassin Shroud. Assassin Shroud's the item. Anyways, they catch Beams in the middle lane, one more auto attack, and that Mortification, the Enfeeble. It's just so much damage potential from Revenant. I love this hero, I really do. And it's fun to kind of see him again here in the hands of Sync. And maybe some more to come.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, they're definitely looking into the hero at least, and so far it's working out pretty well. I think it would have been a different matter though if the Hellborn team actually had a solid stun on their side, or something like can actually like punish those ganks like a Pharaoh, something like that, to prevent that early aggression. And look at that.
Yeah. They get the easy kill onto Kraken. Tremble, he's somewhat tanky, so he's not too concerned right there. Also using the mounts to his advantage. And looks like Shrek is thinking about pursuing, but again, you got to be a little careful with that. Blitz does get caught, however. He's in some trouble. No quick enough for another 5 seconds, and there's the slow from Glacius. However, the power supply, there's the quicken coming up, but no, the Cauterize will snipe him out. So,
But at the same time,
Yeah.
I mean, Sync Esports more or less secures 2 tower kills for themselves.
exactly. It's like, well, we killed Insania yet again, but we lost yet another tower in the process. So, oh, Shockwave right there, trying to turn it on to Zibe, but maybe almost a frustration Shockwave there, because I don't think that was happening. But Zibe gets the easy kill in the end. He is now 6-0-2, 500 gold per minute. Midas right here. Holy crap. Well, this
He's
is what we
doing
call
pretty
Snowball.
well. There's Pull Key and the Mana Tube as well. I'm not entirely sure what that is going to turn into. Maybe a Sheepstick or Storm Spirit early on. I wouldn't say that, or I would think that Storm Spirit is actually a good choice in this hero. Just storm them up and then you got a 100% secured combo on top of them.
Light Brand on Dr. Repulsor as well. It's kind of interesting to see, but the item of choice here for Doctor, I don't know, it seems kind of funky, especially with the role he's playing here. You know, you think
Yes.
the Hellflower would be more the obvious choice, but going
Either that
different.
or a Sacrificial Stone or an Icon or something. I mean, looking at the amount of kills that's happening in this game, I don't see this turning into a late game, so I don't feel like, or I don't see why he should need a Light Brand.
Top lane, nope, Akira's going to be fine in the end. Did have to use that flame consumption, though, and didn't get much heal out of it, so he has to be extra careful now in this team fight. Clank, speaking of team fight, he's leading the way. They want to catch the Boris. They can't even do that, though. Boris is going to be fine.
The
As he
Hellborn team
runs
got
away.
no damage whatsoever
They
in
do
the
not.
lineup. Unless Clanks gets farmed, unless he gets the items, they just have no damage whatsoever.
Yeah. You look at the damage charts, actually, and it shows it pretty well, to be honest. As, Sync's win percentage right now, projected win percentage, pretty damn good here. 20% being done by Midas, but even it's a pretty even spread amongst Sync's players. Then you got a Cursed up there at 12%, but then it drops off pretty significantly after that, the rest of the team. So, yeah, overall damage output, obviously well in favor of this Legion team, and right as I went away, this middle lane, well, the jump from Midas happens, and easy kill on a Clanks yet again. So still no Thunderclaw. He just has a Warp Cleft. I mean, it's just not working out for now right here in bottom lane. Kraken not going to be working out either. Release the Kraken, but Zlap did a good job of juking and jiving. Eventually gets a kill. GG's being called, and that will do it. Game 1 is going to officially go to Sync Esports right here in this best out of 2. So, well, congratulations, Sync, but it's safe to say, Sync, they're still here. And you had another disappointing finish in the LAN event, but they come online and they take care of business, at least initially here off the bat.
that they
So
do.
good to see that.
Well, yeah, splendid performance on their part. Simply outplaying their opponents in this game. There's nothing else to say. I mean, the laning phase wasn't necessarily too successful for them, but as soon as the laning phase ended and Tremble hit level 6 and he started roaming with a Tremble, it just snowballed out of control really fast. And I like the decision by Insane as well, porting up to that long lane in the start, getting those 2 offensive wards up, providing them a lot of vision and control over that lane in the start. So yeah, well played by them, and definitely executed their draft very well.
Yeah. That definitely proved to actually be pretty beneficial in the end. So yeah, not often you see a homecoming stone to get that ward of sight down, but working out decently there for Sync. And you see in the replay right here, this is one of the many fights that took place throughout the game as far as a lot of kills just happening back and forth. But in the end, Sync Esports, they come out on top pretty decisively by an 18-minute victory